Number 1. A. 1964 Dodge Super B. B. 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. C. 1973 Plymouth GTX. D. 1966 Pontiac GTO. You're right if you guessed B. You're looking at a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. Number 2. Let's see if you can identify this classic sports car. A. 1954 Chevrolet Corvette. B. 1957 Ford Thunderbird. C. 1951 Nash Healey. D. 1953 Kaiser Darren. This sleek sports car dates back to the 50s. It's a 1954 Chevrolet Corvette. Number 3. Time to test your knowledge on this family sedan. A. 1983 Chevrolet Celebrity. B. 1988 Dodge 600. C. 1986 Ford Taurus. D. 1984 Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra. You might remember this family sedan from the mid-80s. It's a 1986 Ford Taurus. Number 4. A. 1929 Packard 12. B. 1932 Duesenberg Model J. C. 1935 Pierce Arrow Model 51. D. 1930 Cadillac V16. You're correct if you guessed B. This luxury automobile hails from the 30s. You're seeing a 1932 Duesenberg Model J. Number 5. Spot this iconic British sports car. A. 1961 Jaguar E-Type. B. 1964 Aston Martin DB5. C. 1967 AC Cobra. D. 1963 Jensen Interceptor. This British beauty roared onto screens in the swinging 60s. You're admiring a 1964 Aston Martin DB5. Number 6. A. 1955 Ford Fairlane. B. 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. C. 1954 Buick Skylark. D. 1959 Plymouth Belvedere. You're right if you chose B. Roll back to the fabulous 50s with this chrome-laden stunner. It's a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. Number 7. A. 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429. B. 1973 Dodge Challenger. C. 1971 Plymouth Barracuda. D. 1968 Pontiac GTO Judge. Excellent catch. You've nailed it if you picked C. This vintage auto flexed its way through the 70s. You're eyeing a 1971 Plymouth Barracuda. Number 8. Time to identify this rare beauty. A. 1935 Talbot Lago T150. B. 1938 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. C. 1936 Mercedes-Benz 540K. D. 1939 Delahaye Type 165. You're correct if you chose B. This beauty is from the 30s. This is a 1938 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. Number 9. A. 1981 Bricklin SV1. B. 1985 Lotus Esprit. C. 1980 Vector W2. D. 1983 DeLorean DMC-12. Award yourself a point if you pick D. It's a 1983 DeLorean DMC-12. Number 10. A. 1957 Chrysler Imperial. B. 1960 Dodge Polara. C. 1958 Buick Limited. D. 1959 Cadillac Eldorado. You're right if you chose D. Those fins could only come from the fabulous 50s. You're looking at a 1959 Cadillac Eldorado. Number 11. Spot this legendary supercar. A. 1974 Lamborghini Countach. B. 1971 De Tomaso Pantera. C. 1977 Ferrari BB512. D. 1972 Maserati Bora. Excellent catch! You've nailed it if you picked A. This wedge-shaped wonder emerged in the 70s. It's a 1974 Lamborghini Countach. Number 12. A. 1932 Ford V8. B. 1934 Auburn Speedster. C. 1930 Packard Standard 8. D. 1935 Chevrolet Standard. You're correct if you chose A. If you guessed this red-hot favorite came from the 30s, you're spot on. You're seeing a 1932 Ford V8. Number 13. A. 1984 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS. B. 1987 Buick Grand National. C. 1985 Oldsmobile 442. D. 1989 Ford Mustang GT. This blacked-out muscle car owned the 80s. It's a 1987 Buick Grand National. Number 14. Time to name this sports car pioneer. A. 1953 Corvette. B. 1955 Ford Thunderbird. C. 1951 Nash Healey. D. 1954 Kaiser Darren. You're right if you chose A. The right answer for this one is the 50s. This is a 1953 Corvette. Number 15. A. 1967 Plymouth GTX. B. 1970 Ford Torino. C. 1969 Dodge Charger. D. 1968 Mercury Cyclone. You're right if you picked C. You're right if you thought this muscle car icon dominated the 60s. You're admiring a 1969 Dodge Charger. Number 16. A. 1954 Jaguar XK120. B. 1953 Kaiser Darren. C. 1957 BMW 507. D. 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing. The 50s was the decade these distinctive doors first wowed crowds. It's a 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing. Number 17. A. 1975 Chevrolet Camaro. B. 1977 Pontiac Trans Am. C. 1974 Ford Gran Torino. D. 1979 Dodge Challenger. This black and gold beauty ruled the 70s. You're looking at a 1977 Pontiac Trans Am. Number 18. Spot this innovative automobile. A. 1946 Kaiser Special. B. 1948 Tucker 48. C. 1950 Studebaker Champion. D. 1947 Hudson Commodore. You're right if you chose B. The 40s is the right decade for this vehicle. It's a 1948 Tucker 48. Number 19. A. 1982 Lamborghini Countach. B. 1983 De Tomaso Pantera. C. 1988 Porsche 911. D. 1985 Ferrari Testarossa. You're right if you picked D. If you said 80s, give yourself a pat on the back. You're seeing a 1985 Ferrari Testarossa. Number 20. A. 1961 Chrysler 300G. B. 1962 Chevrolet Corvair. C. 1965 Jensen Interceptor. D. 1963 Studebaker Avanti. Spot on. You nailed it if you picked D. This forward-thinking design leaped out of the 60s. It's a 1963 Studebaker Avanti. Number 21. Spot this Japanese sports legend. A. 1968 Toyota 2000 GT. B. 1970 Datsun 240Z. C. 1972 Mazda RX-2. D. 1971 Honda 1300 Coupe. You're right if you pick B. This sports car came to us from Japan in the 70s. It's the 1970 Datsun 240Z. Number 22. A. 1941 Willys MB Jeep. B. 1943 Ford GPW. C. 1945 Dodge WC. D. 1942 Bantam BRC. You're right if you chose A. This rugged ride rolled out of the 40s. It's a 1941 Willys MB Jeep. Number 23. A. 1986 Toyota MR2. B. 1987 Honda CRX. C. 1989 Mazda MX-5 Miata. D. 1942 Bantam BRC. You're right if you pick C. This classic car closed out the 80s in style. This is the 1989 Mazda MX-5 Miata. Number 24. Identify this luxury landmark. A. 1954 Packard Caribbean. B. 1956 Continental Mark II. C. 1953 Cadillac Eldorado. D. 1955 Imperial Newport. You're right if you chose B. Luxury oozed from every pore of this 50s masterpiece. It's a 1956 Continental Mark II. Number 25. A. 1974 AMC Gremlin. B. 1978 Ford Pinto. C. 1973 Chevrolet Vega. D. 1976 AMC Pacer. Spot on. You nailed it if you picked D. This quirky compact turned heads in the 70s. You're looking at a 1976 AMC Pacer. Number 26. A. 1934 Auburn 851. B. 1935 Pierce Arrow Silver Arrow. C. 1938 Graham 97. D. 1936 Cord 810. You're right if you chose D. This vintage car was made in the 30s. It's a 1936 Cord 810. Number 27. A. 1984 Ferrari 288 GTO. B. 1982 Ferrari 308. C. 1987 Ferrari F40. D. 1981 Ferrari 512 BBI. You're right if you picked A. The correct decade for this car is the 80s. You're seeing a 1984 Ferrari 288 GTO. Number 28. A. 1963 Sunbeam Tiger. B. 1965 Shelby Cobra. C. 1967 Jensen Interceptor. D. 1962 Apollo GT. This Anglo-American hybrid tore up roads in the 60s. It's a 1965 Shelby Cobra. Number 29. Identify this hot hatch pioneer. Number 8. 1976 Renault 5 Alpine. B. 1979 Volkswagen Golf GTI. C. 1977 Fiat 127 Sport. D. 1975 Simca 1100 Ti. You're right if you pick B. This hot hatch spiced up the 70s. You're looking at a 1979 Volkswagen Golf GTI. Number 30. A. 1949 Oldsmobile Rocket 88. B. 1950 Nash Ambassador. C. 1953 Chrysler 300. D. 1951 Hudson Hornet. You're right if you chose B. This legend dominated the 50s. It's a 1951 Hudson Hornet. Number 31. Can you spot this ultimate driving machine? A. 1985 Mercedes-Benz 190e 2.316. B. 1988 BMW M3. C. 1986 Audi Quattro. D. 1989 Porsche 944 Turbo. Spot on. You nailed it if you picked B, if you guessed the 80s for this ultimate driving machine. It's a 1988 BMW M3. Number 32. A. 1959 Chrysler Imperial. B. 1961 Lincoln Continental. C. 1963 Cadillac Series 62. D. 1960 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud. Bingo! You've got it if you selected B. The era for this classic car was the 60s. It's a 1961 Lincoln Continental. Number 33. A. 1971 Mercury Cougar. B. 1972 Buick Century. C. 1975 Chevrolet Laguna. D. 1973 Pontiac Grand Am. Well done! You got it if you chose D. This mid-size muscle car cruised through the 70s. This is a 1973 Pontiac Grand Am. Number 34. A. 1958 Plymouth Fury. B. 1956 DeSoto Fireflight. C. 1957 Mercury Turnpike Cruiser. D. 1955 Packard Caribbean. Excellent catch! You've nailed it if you picked A. This Finn beauty comes straight from the 50s. You're seeing a 1958 Plymouth Fury. Number 35. A. 1970 Iso Grifo. B. 1972 De Tomaso Pantera. C. 1974 Bizzarini Strada. D. 1971 Intermeccanica Italia. This Italian-American hybrid sped through the 70s. It's a 1972 De Tomaso Pantera. Number 36. A. 1938 Chevrolet Master. B. 1939 Studebaker Champion. C. 1942 Plymouth Special Deluxe. D. 1940 Ford Deluxe Coupe. Brilliant! You've hit the mark if you selected D. This classic rolled out of the 40s. You're admiring a 1940 Ford Deluxe Coupe. Number 37. A. 1980 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. B. 1982 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. C. 1984 Dodge Daytona Turbo Z. D. 1981 Ford Mustang Cobra. Knight Rider fans might recognize this 80s icon. It's a 1982 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Number 38. A. 1967 Toyota 2000 GT. B. 1965 Datsun Fairlady. C. 1969 Nissan Skyline GTR. D. 1966 Mazda Cosmo. This Japanese supercar debuted in the 60s. You're looking at a 1967 Toyota 2000 GT. Number 39. Identify this drift legend. A. 1986 Toyota Corolla AE86. B. 1985 Mazda RX-7. C. 1988 Nissan Silvia. D. 1987 Honda Prelude. Right on the money. You've nailed it if you picked C. This Japanese sports coupe slid into the late 80s. You're seeing a 1988 Nissan Silvia. Number 40. Spot this luxury titan. A. 1929 Rolls-Royce Phantom II. B. 1931 Cadillac V16. C. 1933 Lincoln KB. D. 1930 Duesenberg Model J. Absolutely brilliant! You've got the right answer if you chose B. This luxury powerhouse rolled out in the early 30s. It's a 1931 Cadillac V16. Leave a comment and tell us how you scored on the quiz. Do you have any ideas for future car quizzes? We'd love to hear them. Don't miss our next classic car quiz. Hit that subscribe button now.